Hi, I'm State Representative J.T. Wilcox, and we're getting towards the end of this legislative session, but there's still some news to share with all of you. First of all, you've heard us talk incessantly about the initiatives that qualified for consideration by the legislature and maybe for the ballot. And Democrats have consistently said that they were not very interested in those, but over the last week they've conceded that they will hold hearings for 3 of them. Now, these are the 3 that impact policy. They don't have much of a fiscal impact. They have said they're not going to hold hearings for the 3 that have a really large fiscal impact. So those will end up going to the ballot. The 3 that are going to be heard may get a vote here in the legislature. And if they get a vote, I think that they probably will pass. And those will be good improvements, thanks to the people that worked hard on an initiative campaign, and thanks to House and Senate Republicans that are probably going to provide the majority of the votes. But that's a good, positive thing. Another piece of news, you've heard me talk a lot about salmon recovery. And, you know, it's easy to see how salmon recovery is good for people that fish, whether they're tribal fishers or non-tribal. But I think all of us have a stake in that. There's very little that happens on the landscape, especially in Western Washington, that doesn't come under sometimes pretty severe regulation because of our failures to help salmon recovery. And if you live in Eastern Washington, in some ways it might be a bigger thing because salmon runs up the Columbia and the Snake have been damaged so greatly. There's a lot of talk about removing those dams. The only reason that they're talking about removing those dams, which are critical to our Eastern Washington economy, is because we've failed at salmon recovery. So if we can succeed at salmon recovery, you can probably feel much safer in terms of our ability to operate those dams. So those are important things. And I've also talked a little bit about the Department of Fish and Wildlife and the commission that regulates that. I've been a big critic, and I've got a lot of friends that are involved in the natural resource economy and hunting and fishing that have been equally critical. I don't know that I've got a perfect solution to replacing the current commission form. The commissioners are all appointed by the governor. We've got a 3-term governor that's appointed every single one of them, and they don't really pay that much attention to the interest of people that hunt and fish. So I dropped a bill that would eliminate the commission and just turn it into a regular governor's appointment. I don't think that's the perfect solution, but the way you start a discussion in Olympia is you drop a bill and you see what people are going to come and say about that. Sometimes things work well in Olympia, and the committee chairman of Ag and Natural Resources in the House, who is a Democrat named Representative Mike Chapman, is a good friend, and he runs probably the most bipartisan committee in Olympia. And he agreed to hear the bill because we don't have a great solution yet. He and I agreed that it would be heard after the cutoff. So it's not a bill that's going to pass this year, but it's going to elicit a lot of comment, and I thought that the hearing went pretty well. There were some people applauding what I was doing. There were some people that were quite angry. But in the end, I think people really do want to find a good solution for this, and I'm looking forward to working together with friends and associates next year to have a much more lasting solution rather than just a discussion. Thanks, everybody.